Have you ever wondered why some moments in life trigger you so deeply, far more than they should? Why a single word, a look, or even a silence can suddenly make you feel small, unseen, or not enough? Carl Jung once said, "Until you make the unconscious conscious, it will direct your life and you will call it fate." This is a story of your inner child. And today, we'll explore how healing that child inside you can transform your entire life. Inside every adult lives a child, a version of you who once laughed freely, trusted easily, and dreamed without fear. But somewhere along the way, that child was hurt. Maybe through words, maybe through rejection, maybe simply through not being seen. Carl Jung, the Swiss psychologist, believed that every human carries within him the child archetype, a symbol of innocence, wonder, and creativity. But when that child gets wounded, it doesn't disappear. It hides deep within your subconscious. It shows up in your adult life as fear of abandonment, people-pleasing, overreacting to criticism, struggles with self-worth, and a quiet sadness that never fully leaves. Your inner child is not just a memory. It's an energy that still lives in you. It's a little you who once said, "Please, don't leave me," or "Look at me, I'm trying my best." And when that voice goes unheard for too long, it begins to control your emotions from shadows. Think back to your earliest memories. Did someone tell you to stop crying because big boys don't cry? Were you ignored when you needed comfort? Were you punished for simply being yourself? Each of those moments left a mark. They taught your inner child that love must be earned, that emotions are weakness, and that being authentic is dangerous. Over time, you learn to wear masks, the achiever, the caretaker, the perfectionist, all to protect that wounded child inside. But here's the truth Jung wanted us to see. What we repress doesn't disappear, it waits. Those unhealed parts of you, the anger, the shame, the fear, become what Jung called your shadow. And until you face them, you'll keep repeating the same patterns, the same relationships, the same emotional pain, the same mistakes. Jung taught that to become whole, we must integrate our shadow, not reject it. And at the heart of that shadow lies the wounded inner child. Healing doesn't mean pretending the pain never happened. It means going back to that moment in your heart and saying, "I see you. I hear you. You didn't deserve that." When you stop running from your past, you start taking its power back. Jung believed that the process of individuation, becoming your true self, begins when you embrace every part of who you are, even the ones you once hated. If you're wondering whether your inner child needs healing, look for the signs. You struggle to trust people. You seek validation constantly. You overthink every decision because you fear being wrong. You attract emotionally unavailable partners. You find it hard to say no. You feel guilty for resting or having needs. Each of these is not a flaw. It's a message from your inner child saying, "Please, pay attention to me." So, how do you begin healing? Close your eyes and imagine your younger self, maybe 5, 10, or 12 years old. See their face. Feel their energy. Now, simply say, "I know you're here." That small act of recognition starts the healing. Your inner child will only come out when it feels safe, and that means speaking to yourself with kindness, not criticism. Replace "what's wrong with me" with "what happened to me." This small shift moves you from judgment to compassion. Give yourself what you didn't receive as a child: love, protection, validation. When you feel anxious, say to yourself, "It's okay. I've got you. You're safe now." You become the parent your younger self needed. Let the child speak. Journal, draw, cry, scream into a pillow if you have to. Jung believed that the act of expression turns the unconscious into the conscious, and that's where transformation begins. Healing isn't all about tears. It's also about joy. Dance, paint, laugh, play, whatever your younger self loved doing. When you allow joy back into your life, you tell your inner child, "It's safe to be happy again." Carl Jung said, "The privilege of a lifetime is to become who you truly are." Healing your inner child doesn't make you perfect. It makes you whole. You stop living from your wounds and start living from your wisdom. You realize that the love you were searching for was never out there. It was always inside you, waiting to be remembered. When you integrate your inner child, something magical happens. The anger turns into understanding. The shame turns into compassion, and the fear turns into freedom. Now close your eyes. Take a deep breath in and out. Imagine your younger self standing before you. They look at you with wide, innocent eyes, maybe scared, maybe hopeful. What would you say to them? Maybe, "I'm sorry no one protected you." Or, "You did your best with what you knew." Now imagine holding their hand and whispering, "You're safe now. I'm here." That moment right there is healing, because healing isn't about changing the past. It's about changing your relationship with it. When you heal your inner child, you start to set healthy boundaries without guilt, speak your truth without fear, attract relationships that feel safe, and most importantly, forgive yourself. The past no longer controls you. You stop reacting and start responding. You begin to live with peace, confidence, and purpose. This is what Jung meant when he said, "Who looks outside dreams. Who looks inside awakens." Healing your inner child is awakening to your true self. So today, I want you to remember this. You were never too sensitive. You were never too emotional. You were simply unheard. But now, you have the power to listen, to heal, to love that little one back into wholeness. Because when you heal your inner child, you don't just heal your past, you heal your life. If this message touched your heart, share it with someone who needs to hear it. And remember, you are not broken. You are becoming whole.